أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear friends, welcome to Idea Foundation Forum. In today's lecture 243, we will discuss Qur'anic view on creation of the earth. Qur'anic view on creation of the earth. It is ninth issue of the Qur'an and modern sciences, and it pertains to astrophysics. The Qur'an and science both are of the view that the sun and the earth were created much after the creation of the universe. The sun took birth from the solar nebula made of a huge cloud of smoke and dust caused by the demise of a much bigger star called supernova. Later on, the remnants of the solar nebula were splitted into parts which were subsequently consolidated into the planets, including the earth. The information revealed by the Qur'an about 1500 years ago regarding splitting of earth from heaven, oval shape of the earth, existence of multiple earths, 7 layers of the earth and atmosphere, heliocentric instead of geocentric universe, relation of gravitational force with orbital movements of the earth and the moon, and also landing of iron, water and oxygen as source of life much after creation of the earth are amazingly in line with the discoveries of science made in these areas in recent times. In this lecture, we will discuss comparative information on all these issues, all these areas with reference to creation of the earth briefly. However, their detail will be discussed in upcoming lectures in future times. Dear friends, on the creation of the earth, the Quranic view is very clear. Ayat 30 of Surah Al-Anbiya reveals the miraculous information on the creation of the earth in the words, أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ أَفَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Let me translate. Have those who disbelieved not considered that the heavens and earth were a joint entity, one entity, and we clove them, we splitted them asunder, apart, and made from water every living thing, then will they not believe? The Arabic word ratak means sewn to, mixed in, or blended together, while the verb fataka in Arabic means to unstitch, detach, to cleave asunder, split, tearing apart, or destroying the structure of ratak to create a separate entity. Very clear. This verb is also used for sprouting of a seed from the soil, as we see in Ayat 95 of Surah Al-An'am, Inna Allaha falikul hab wan nawa. Indeed, Allah is the cleaver, splitter of the grain and date seeds. With this linguistic explanation, we look at the verse again. Have a look on the screen. The heavens and the earth were first in the status of ratak, jointed, which means a joint entity. Then they were separated or splitted apart, or fataka in Arabic. Thus, the Earth was earlier part of the solar nebula from which the Sun was born, and from the remaining part of the solar nebula or the clouds of smoke and dust, a big chunk separated to become the Earth. Some scholars link this verse with the happening of the Big Bang, which does not appear logical as creation of stars and the sun took place after the dark stage, when the whole universe was smoke and gaseous. Accordingly, the earthly universe or the Milky Way galaxy also took birth at this belated stage. Two Quranic references are important to be focused to know this fact. Ayat 16 of Surah Fussilat says, "Then he directed, Allah directed himself to the heaven while it was smoke, and said to it and to the earth, Come into being willingly or by compulsion. They said, Heaven and the earth, we have come willingly." Ayat 6 of Surah As-Safat says, "Indeed we have adorned, decorated the earthly heaven." What is earthly heaven? As-Sama ad-Dunya, with an adornment of stars. It means this earth belongs to the world of stars. Stars and Milky Way are the neighborhood of the earth. In the second part of Ayat 30 of Surah Al-Anbiya, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ, a miraculous information is shared with the mankind, which means every living thing was made from water. This reality too was discovered by science just recently. Closing words of the ayat, "Then will they not believe?" extend an eye-opening advice, a challenge to the disbelievers of every age. So, dear friends, let us now see what science could discover about creation of the earth so far. The universe was still comprising of huge clouds of dust and gases even 9 to 10 billion years after the Big Bang, when stars and galaxies started taking place. There are several notions on creation of the solar system. However, relatively more popular notion is that about 4.6 billion years ago, a distant star collapsed, decayed, died out, which caused a supernova explosion disrupting the dust clouds around. Laterally, the dust cloud pulled together to form a spinning disk of gas and dust known as solar nebula. Shortly after that, gravity at the center of the nebula grew at such intensity that it led hydrogen atoms to move at a very, very high velocity. It caused fusion of hydrogen protons to form helium, leading to formation of the sun and its solar system. About 99% of the nebular dust and gas was consumed in the formation of the sun. The detached 1% of nebular material still spinning caused its clumps continuously collide with each other and coalesce into clusters of masses. Some of these clusters eventually grew large enough to gain their own gravitational pull, which shaped them into the planets, including the Earth 4.54 billion years ago. Amazing. So, dear friends, Before becoming suitable for life, the earth had passed through various stages. Earlier, the earth was extremely hot, as it consisted mostly of molten magma. A few hundred million years later, it began to cool. Heavy elements started sinking towards the center of the earth. Scientific data tells that the earth evolved to its current state in 3 stages. First stage is formation of the earth by accretion of particles from the nebula, solar nebula, as they collided and fused and jointed together with each other to become bigger in size. Second stage involved collision of a protoplanet called Theia with the young earth that caused formation of Earth's moon about 4.48 billion years ago. So, final stage of the Earth's evolution involves invasions, attacks of asteroids that brought heavy elements like water and iron to the earth, enriching it with source of life. So 3 stages are very important. Dear friends, at the earliest stage, the Earth's atmosphere was mostly composed of hydrogen and helium, as it had detached from the solar nebula. As the conditions evolved, the earth kept changing. Crust of the earth began to form as volcanic eruptions occurred frequently, many times, very, very frequently. These volcanoes pumped water vapor, ammonia, and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere around the earth. This is the earth, around the earth, atmosphere. At this stage, 3 great wonders of nature happened, very important. The first wonder of the nature, by that time the earth's interior was immensely hot, which melted the heavy metals like iron and sank them in the core of the earth, generally called iron catastrophe. It caused settling the structure of the earth into multiple layers, 7 layers, and setting up the earth's magnetic field in the atmosphere to provide the earth with a protective shield against the destructive invasions from the celestial giants. Earth's magnetic field or magnetosphere or the Van Allen belts was established by the radiation originated from the revolving core of the earth containing hot liquid iron nickel alloy. Lecture 193 may be revisited for details on this aspect. What was the second wonder? Second wonder, the invasions of asteroids played crucial role in the formation of the earth. When asteroids hit surface of the earth at a great speed, they shattered and left behind rocks containing water. So, water was introduced to the earth. Third wonder, a few hundred million years later, say about 2.8 billion years ago, photosynthesis evolved, causing release of oxygen into the atmosphere that changed composition of the atmosphere to make it suitable for life. Evolution of photosynthesis made possible for a cell to derive energy from the sun. Thus, most of the life on earth depends on photosynthesis. Oxygenic photosynthesis converts carbon dioxide, water, and energy captured from sunlight into plant food. Hydrogen is stripped from water to supply the electrons in the photosynthesis circuit, leaving oxygen as a waste product in the atmosphere, which meets the essential need of the animal and human life. Just imagine the wonderful arrangement of the divine order. So, my dear friends, after such a long history of evolution, the Earth's atmosphere today is comprising of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and remaining 1% comprises of some vital gases including argon and carbon dioxide. Recently, science has discovered that the atmosphere has 7 layers that play a balancing role for the Earth through operations of the cyclical systems and by providing it with a protective ceiling against the destructive invasions from various celestial bodies of the space. The Qur'an has revealed this atmospheric protection system in Ayat 32 of Surah Al-Anbiya in the words, "And we made the sky," Allah says, "and we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they from its signs are turning away." They are not believing. They are not giving attention. These layers are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, ionosphere, and magnetosphere. Troposphere, located at about 15 kilometers above the Earth, enables water vapor rising from the surface of the Earth to be condensed and turned back as rain. The ozone layer, the lower layer of stratosphere at an altitude of 25 kilometers, reflects harmful radiation and ultraviolet light coming from space and turns them back into space for the safety of the Earth. The ionosphere reflects radio wave broadcast from the Earth back down to different parts of the world. The magnetosphere turns harmful radioactive particles emitted by the sun and other stars back into space. Atmosphere protects Earth by destroying meteors coming from space and allows entry to light rays essential for photosynthesis of plants and sustainability of life. For detailed study of recycling and protective system, some Quranic references are displayed on the screen. Amazingly, like the 7 atmospheric layers, the Qur'an has also mentioned alike layers of the earth. This is the earth, and 7 layers of the earth, which ensure order, sustainability, and stability of the earth. Ayat 12 of Surah At-Talaq says, "It is Allah who has created 7 heavens and of the earth, the like of them, the similar, the alike layers." This information has been discovered by science just recently, which tells that the earth consists of 7 strata or layers, namely lithosphere, water. First, lithosphere, water. Second, lithosphere, land. Third is asthenosphere. And fifth is upper mantle, then inner mantle, then outer core, and finally the innermost is the inner core. Composition of the earth is shown in a diagram on the screen. Dear friends, ecological balance, holistic balance is essential for survival of the earth and its inhabitants. It is determined by the distance of the earth from the sun, inclination of its axis to its orbit, 23 point some percent, rotational speed of the earth around its axis, and revolution around the sun, and several other atmospheric conditions. For example, desired temperature is maintained by Earth's rotation about its axis at a given speed. Any deviation, small deviation from it may disturb the gas molecules' velocity of escape from the Earth, causing the atmosphere to be dispersed in space and vanish, totally vanish. The whole system will collapse. 23-degree inclination of the Earth's axis moderates temperature between the poles and equators. Relative sizes of the Earth and the Sun and appropriate distance between them have set in conducive temperature for life to exist. Water cycle manages necessary equilibrium in the circulation of water for the survival of every living organism on the earth. Such important issues related to the composition of the earth and its functioning as member of the solar system have been discussed in lectures 193 and 237. They may be revisited to refresh memory. Some Quranic references are also shown on the screen for more intensive study. So, dear friends, with this we conclude our discussion under lecture 243. For further details on the subject, please subscribe Idea Foundation YouTube channel to watch videos of previous lectures and join us for the noble cause. Thank you friends for participation. Allah Hafiz.